YouTube, new family, what is going on? Daniel, another video, another day, grateful to God as always. And this video is going to flow again, don't have a topic. I was just finishing a walk, I had a very big meal as I'm going to salsa in about half an hour. But made the good decision to walk after. I would normally, for some reason, just kind of sit, not lay down, but sit, let the food digest. But I've realized that walking is the best way for it to digest faster. And I used to do this before, but for some reason, stories that I got before were telling me to rest. So now I'm going to start walking and feel much better. So, good decision made. And really the way to flowing, realize, because flowing is the only way to keep the devil at bay, the devil being your only enemy, is by making good decisions. Good decisions in a row removes you from being choppy, removes you from overthinking, from creating stories, from being in your head. And flowing meaning you're getting energy after you do something. So flow state nowadays is said of, it's something like turning your brain off, but that's not flow state, that's just brain rot. Flow state meaning you do something and you get energy afterwards. Like when I go to salsa, it's when you could say new thing that connects me, helps me have the spirit flowing, is after salsa I get energy to do it more. Like you're doing it and you're like crazy. Bible, same thing. You're reading the Bible, like crazy, I get to do this more. You want to do it more and more. Salsa, same thing. Anything that gives you energy afterwards is true flowing. Flow state, like I said, nowadays is the act of just turning your brain off. So like flow state, like doing paperwork, flow state, I don't know, doing dishes, like it's just something you don't want to do, but you turn your brain off in order to do it. That's not flow state because it doesn't give you energy afterwards. It actually drains you. So you keep doing more of that and you're going to enter essentially just stories and things you don't want to do. But flowing meaning your spirit calls to it. Like you do it and you're in an act of doing it, and you're like, just the act of doing it is giving you energy. Not a result, not how you're going to look after or what you get from it. It's you're doing it and you're like, crazy, I get to keep doing this. And you just get energy. Like you get energy from doing it, and you're doing it for you, not doing it for someone else. Like I said, not doing it for how you look externally. It's for you and for your spirit, and you just combine the activity with your spirit, and it's crazy. It's like a high. And for me right now, it's like I said, salsa. I was starting salsa. If you guys know anything about salsa, I was doing salsa on one. Now I'm doing salsa casino, which is like Cuban salsa. Like salsa was originated in Cuba. But right now I'm gonna go to a Reda class. Reda is basically, rueda is like tire. So we all dance in a circle, and it's like couples in a circle and you like interchange. It's crazy. So yeah, it's the new style I'm gonna start learning. On one is like LA, New York. So it's like you kind of just go in line, but Cuban is in a circle. It's a casino, salsa, salsa casino. So much more natural, fluid. You flow more. It originated from Cuba, so that's the one they dance there. And yeah, it's just flowing. I went yesterday as well, and it was just crazy to do something that is not giving you, lust, or it's an addiction, or like it's not a vice. It's not like me, before using women or going to see DJs so I can take drugs. It's something that I do sober because I don't do, I don't have any vice. I don't do drinking or drugs or alcohol or smoking, whatever I want to do. No porn as well, no masturbation. It's just me and God and things that help me flow. So salsa is one of them. Making these videos is another one. Bible is another one. Reflecting in the morning is another one. My morning walk is another one. The gym is another one. But sometimes you can get choppy. So, on the lower frequency days or weeks, like, week that we've been having, it's getting into that, flow state is harder. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but it's accepting it and it's perfect. But flow state really is something that is a blessing and God gives to us. and God works through you when you're flowing. Like I said, when you have energy afterwards and you're like crazy, that's when you're with God, and God is giving you wisdom as you're doing it. And you're just like, for me, I'll give you an example for salsa. You can go and not learn a move, or usually it's about like learning moves as you're kind of gradually going up. But you can go, and if you're flowing, you get almost you may always like get a move like in the inventory as you're doing it. So like you could be a complete beginner, but if you're flowing, you just get something that you just kind of make up and do, and you're like crazy, you move. So it's that which is what helps you grow, because you only grow when you're flowing. You only grow when you're in peace, and you only grow when you're not thinking. So if, like I was doing before, I was learning salsa, and I would do a class, but then afterwards I would go on YouTube and try to find a move to learn. I'm like, I need to know moves and move. But then I'm dancing with somebody, I'm not flowing, and I'm thinking, like, oh, like, how do I do this? And like, is she gonna like it? And like this, and not flowing. And the person feels that. And most of all, your spirit feels that, because you're choppy. Like you're just like, you're not able to really just flow. Like it's just like thinking thoughts, stories, and then you can't go. But when you're just flowing, and you're doing it for you, not having a thought of how this person's in it. Like for me, I'm giving an example of salsa. What move is gonna help her enjoy it more, or like how you look, and is she having fun, and all these stories, and like why aren't we not talking, and like you're just getting in your head, as opposed to you dancing for you, boom boom, spin, and like you're enjoying the song, the beat, whatever it is, the rhythm, and as a consequence, you both flow and enjoy. So one person has to flow. So if you're doing something like a group activity like that, salsa, you have to be in charge of flowing as the I guess it's a salsa video now, but you have to be in charge of flowing as a lead, because then the dance doesn't flow. And dance, anything you do, it could be sports, it could be art, you have to flow, meaning you're doing it, like you're drawing, you're like crazy, like you're flowing from that. Or sports, I don't know, basketball or soccer, whatever it is, football, you're doing the activity and you're flowing from that, you're getting energy. That's the thing you should be doing more of. So flow state is, like I said, the devil can't touch you when you're in flow state. It's the place to be, and that's how you grow the most. So what is for you, you always flow from it. And it's not, like I said, brain rot, where you just turn your brain off and do something you don't want to do, mundane. And that's what's helped me grow. And that's a way to also combat and get out of those lower frequency days or week like we've been having. So, this is helping me flow. And, I was even telling my brother about this. And yeah, just get energy from knowing that I'm going to go do it. So crazy. But just want to throw that out there. How many we have left? Yeah, we still have a lot of time. But yeah, essentially it's that, like, one thing I've learned is, you can't think, you can't try to control. There's no way to anticipate something's going to happen. It's moment to moment, and how can I flow each moment. So not trying to think ahead of what I'm going to do, in a week, or what's happening, in the next few days, or in a month, where am I going to travel to, and this and that, and worry and anxiety and fear. It's how can I make the best decision now, and then you start to get into flow, and then flow and flow. And when the days feel like minutes and hours, it's when you're in a good place and you're feeling good, and you're just energy, like you do something, boom, crazy, do something energy, crazy. So that's what I've seen is what helps anybody grow, but that's also very spiritual. So like I said, when your spirit connects with that, and you're attracted to one thing to do, and you do it, and you're flowing from it, then your spirit gets energy, and you're just to the sky, really. Like, it's crazy. So for me, it's salsa. Who knows what it'll be in a bit, but like I said, I just follow the moment. I follow what my spirit's calling me to do, and it's salsa. I get the enjoyment from the music, the people, just learning something new, just so many different aspects. The way it looks, how you flow from it, like you just flow. It's crazy, but you just, the best dancers flow. Like, you just see it like crazy. Like, you're just not thinking, it's just something else that's taking over. But like I said, any area that calls you, you can flow from. and that's when you're closest to God. So keep doing those things. That's what's going to keep you away from the devil, because the devil wants you to be choppy. The devil wants you to think. The devil wants you to second guess, to doubt, to question, to worry, and not flow. Like when you're flowing, like I said, the devil's like trying to grab you, but you're just a different level. It's crazy. So that's the antidote to the devil. That's the antidote to all your problems. If you right now are in a place where you're depressed or anxious, I say that because it's not real, it's fake. Society gives it like a disorder that you have, or like a mental thing, but it's all spiritual. So it's because you're basically in contact with the devil, and you're just probably stationary, maybe just doing the bare minimum, maybe not even working out or exercising, but you're moving and flowing and doing things and get energy. The devil can't grab you. The devil, if you're a stationary target, it's very easy for you to be a target and grabbed. But if you're doing things that you flow from, you get energy, and you're just growing and growing internally, it's crazy how fast you grow, and it's crazy how the stories just in an instant get removed, and you just grow from it. So all growth is internal. You'll feel it first before the world sees it, before it's anything external. If you're doing something for something external for the world to see it, for you to get energy, you're doing it the wrong way. You have to flow, get energy from what you're doing, grow internally. The levels are internal, and then as a consequence, with lag, the things will come externally, and then the world, or the eyes of the world will get to see it, but you always knew it was coming, because internally you're leveling up and you're flowing. So that's the key. Stop looking at how to get something so the world can see you grow, but think about it like, how can I flow? How can I feel better within? And that's when the world will see. Like I said, with lag, it's not going to be one day to the next. It's not about getting something right away external. It's growing internally, and then as a consequence, God adds when you're ready. But when you're flowing, you're actually growing. When you're choppy, when you're thinking, you're not growing. You're still with those stories and with the devil. So it's about doing that, and that's what I would say one of the next levels is when you're trying to do work with me. The coaching is, first off, removing the programming of the lusts, the vices, the things that you feel you need, the external things that you tie yourself to. It's usually like the main ones, like drinking, smoking, partying, going out, maybe porn, women, video games, gambling, whatever it is. These are things that you're giving a feeling to, so you keep doing it. Like I said, I have no vice. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't chase women, I don't watch porn, I don't masturbate, I don't gamble, I don't play video games. Whatever you see, or put into that category of vice, I don't have them. And it sounds crazy to say, and it sounds like I'm making it up or I'm bragging, but it's something that does not cross my mind, because it's spiritual. Like, you have to realize it's a spiritual warfare. The vices, the lust, the mental things that you believe are wrong with you, and, I have depression, or I'm anxious, or no, I'm just shy, or whatever it is. It's the devil. It's fake. It's all spiritual. It all comes from where you don't see. But to go back to what we were talking about, flowing is the way out. So find something that calls to you, no matter how weird it is. Like I said, I'm talking about salsa. If you told me I would be talking about salsa 3 years from now, 3 years ago, when I was lost in women and ego, I would tell you you're crazy. But here I am making a video about how I flow with salsa, and how it's setting me more and more free, how I'm growing within, how I'm getting energy, transmitting energy to you guys, and as a result, everything will be attracted. But it has to be something that just calls to you. Your spirit knows. You have to just remove the the blocks that are there, the stories, and just let your spirit guide you. And you'll be surprised what you end up doing, what gives you energy, and how your gift comes out. Because our only job really is to align ourselves, and we can do that best by flowing. When we flow, we're aligned, we're at peace, and we're essentially a vessel. So the wisdom we need, like I said, comes in. When you're doing that activity, you don't need to do research before, or how do I get better at this. You should know the basics of what you're doing, of course, but like, to get really good, it's just about flowing. That's where you learn everything you need to know, because God has all the wisdom. As opposed to you looking up information, you get wisdom from the source when you're flowing. So you get the best of both worlds. You're flowing, you're just growing, and then God is giving you the things you need for that moment. Let's say for salsa, you're spinning, whatever it is you're doing. or sports or whatever helps you flow, and then you get closer with God, you grow in that thing, and it's beautiful. You're heaven. You're basically just touching heaven. So that's the way to grow. That's the place I'm at, just finding how more flow. And, from there I grow, you guys grow watching, and, those get closest to me, you either grow with me or watch me grow. So it's how it is. All the growth is internal, all growth is within, and from there you help others grow as a consequence. So I'm gonna keep the video there. Not much else to say, but find what helps you flow. Don't judge what's gonna help you flow. It's just your spirit's gonna know. Don't create an ego or like, oh, why does it have to be this? Or like, can it be this? Like, your spirit's gonna know. You're gonna do it. You're like crazy energy. Keep doing it. Don't judge. Don't try to control it, or it should be this, or like, what are people gonna say? Like I said, I'm doing salsa. Like I said 3 years ago, this is like, why would I be dancing? Like, this is weird. I would say it's like gay. Like, why would I go dancing? Like, I can just get girls by just standing there and being tall and, just approaching them. And I was doing everything for girls. So this was my mentality. I'm trying to like transmit to you what I'll be thinking, like, why am I gonna go dance? Like, what's the point? I can just, like I said, walk up to girls and speak to them and sleep with them. I don't have to go pay for a class and learn and, buy dancing shoes and go to socials and, look weird. Like, it's all fake. It's all stories. So here I am giving you energy from my energy from something that I wrote the story about and just did. So that is, you can say, the homework for you, wherever you're watching and whenever you're watching. Bless you guys. God bless for staying this long if you did. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Like I said, you have more information on my coaching and my Instagram. I post there the habits, the lifestyles, the way to live, and most importantly, how I grow so you guys can grow. And all information, you can message me there for how to do coaching. So be one-on-one, and we set you free from all the things I listed, helping you flow, helping you grow. And like I said in one of my reels, which I got energy from, the game of life is spiritual. It's not financial or physical or mental, whatever you want to believe it is. It's spiritual. You can have everything in the world, but if you don't have God, your creator, and you don't have your spirit, you, my friend, do not have anything. So we keep growing. We're going to go now. Everything is perfect. And yeah, God bless. But as always, until next time, keep killing it.